Looking at the first article in this week's discussion, we look at the application of EHR in healthcare. Electronic health records, also known as EHR, contain electronic health information about patients across various systems. This can include data from the doctor's office, the pharmacy, lab, or radiology departments, just to include some. EHR systems are able to increase the efficiency, reduce costs, as well as provide evidence-based treatment, as doctors and various healthcare providers are able to reference the data that is collected. Having these integrated systems also allows for healthcare providers to share this information about a patient to collaborate on their care. Some things to consider with EHRs are the long-term storage of these records, as well as how to ensure long-term accessibility. Since it is stored digitally and electronically, it must be noted that there must be certain regulations set in place in order to access the data when needed.
According to the article, since MITRE conducted an assessment in 2005, EHR was beginning to enter early commercialization. It is necessary to build an integrated framework of ontology tools for knowledge compilation. EHR is getting closer to the loss of three information revolution phase, consolidation, which means large companies make decisions about remaining in or quit from the market. EHR vendors are participating in the nationwide network R&D envisioned by former American President Bush. In my opinion, electronic health records are central to creating health information organizations and a nationwide health information network. In spite of the initial slow acceptance of EHR by clinicians and healthcare organizations, they continue to proliferate and improve over time.
Electronic health record systems are meant to combine data from many different components. One component is an administrative system, which is a key component because it has data regarding registration, admissions, discharges, and transfers, and also has a patient's unique identifier, which is really important, that links all information to a patient. Systems that aren't fully integrated are laboratory, radiology, and pharmacy systems. They tend to have their own information system that they can integrate into EHRs, or they have a fully automated system that isn't integrated to EHRs yet. Another component is computerized physician order entries, which allows physicians to order labs, radiology, and pharmacy services, but only about 4% of hospitals use it because it can create new errors and on top of already existing errors. And then the last component is clinical documentation that records notes, patient assessment, and reports, and it provides a more comprehensive, detailed report on a patient's medical record. But with so many, EHRs can be useful, but they can be hard to integrate because there's so many data being collected. And it can make it difficult for already established systems to change their workflow and adjust to it. In addition, privacy has been a huge concern, and even an NYU professor said since 12 million people have access to these systems, it could lead to a massive security breach too that people are hesitant about. But I think for people to be comfortable, the EHR systems have to be fully transparent in what they're trying to accomplish so that patients are more willing and trusting to use them.
Computerized physician order entry, or CPOE, is a process through which medical professionals can create and send medication orders and treatment instructions digitally, as opposed to the older practice of doing so with paper charts. While the system represents the further incursion of computers and digital information systems into medical practice and shows great potential for better ensuring treatment methods, these systems are prone to issues. According to an article from MedCity News, CPOE systems failed to send alerts for 39% of potentially harmful drug orders in 2015. Additionally, they also missed 13% of potentially fatal medication orders. CPOE systems are ideally supposed to flag medical orders that seem suspect or potentially harmful and alert appropriate authorities so that they can be reviewed. However, in these cases, the system failed to do that. Experts believe that CPOE systems can be improved in the future to better and more accurately check orders, but that will take time and iteration. In the meantime, CPOEs continue to function suboptimally.
So I think it's really cool that we can say that 96% of all U.S. hospitals now meet these standards of CPO implementation. Personally, I've been dealing with an illness that I haven't really been able to find the right medication to treat. And I finally now have with a doctor. But with that said, there was a lot of research that had to be done into what I had been taking previously and how it was not really helping me to get better. And I find that, that's something that we definitely have to think about on wide scale, because there are a lot of patients out there who are dealing with illnesses or symptoms and they're not, being accurately medicated. So I think that with these systems, we'll really be able to decrease that amount of patients and really help out more people.